Hi everybody, I'm Renee from Wanna Scrap, and I'm here today to share with you this cozy winter woodland candy cane wreath that I made. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I will have the list of items that I used in the description box below. I am showing pictures here what I used, and I also used a glue gun and some snow spray. So, I also show later on in the video a couple of other ideas that were my first ideas before I put together this woodland theme. But I love this one. It just came together so good. And right now I'm just cutting apart the chamois to the length I want, because I want to be able to fold it under the candy cane wreath, so when it's seen from the side view, you would still see white. So I'm just making sure it's wide enough to go all the way around. I don't care about the very back of it, but for the front of it and the sides of it, I want it to wrap all the way around. And I'm using this rotary cutter from the Dollar Tree, and I am very impressed with it. It works so well. And yeah, it's a great tool. If you see it, if I see it again, I'm going to definitely pick up another one. And I did use a ruler to try to help keep my cut straight, but this rotary cutter just cuts so straight, so fast, you don't even have time to think about it. So I'm just getting the smaller piece cut here. And then I just want to, there's too much excess on the sides, so I'm just going to cut it down to the size that I cut the longer piece. Now for this video, I don't know, for whatever reason, have you ever done this where somehow you get off track in your recording? You push record, but you actually stopped a video because it was already recording for somehow, maybe you double tapped really fast. Anyways, that's what I did. I was recording when I shouldn't have been recording, and not recording when I should have been recording. So I didn't show how I did the very tip of the candy cane at the top there, but I do show how I go around the curve anyways, like with this piece, because it needs to go rounding up too. So I will share that. It's a little bit further down in the video, and you can always fast forward this too. I'm just making sure it's stuck to all the four metal pieces of the candy cane. And I'm making sure it's cupped in, so that way my pieces that I'm going to use have a place to go, because I wanted it to be like a concave area. And I'm just going along and gluing it, and just showing how I just glued it periodically all the way up, and make sure it gets all wrapped around there also. Yeah, this turned out so cozy. I really love it. It is just so nice. I'm really glad I went with this theme. But as I said, I will show you what else my first thoughts were. And that'll be coming right up as soon as I finish making forming the wreath here. And this hangs really easy too, you guys. On a wall, I just used a thumbtack. I was able to use a screw anywhere else on the wall. I do already have a hook on my door, my entryway door, so it was definitely able to hang there. But it's so lightweight. It looks like there's a lot of weight on it, but it's so lightweight, even a thumbtack holds it up. And I didn't put a loop on top or a hanging piece, because it is able to rest with the shape of the candy cane there, if that makes sense. And I'm just going ahead and getting everything glued down. And it makes it so much easier when you cut out notches, so the fabric lays more naturally. And I'm just cutting off the excess there because I didn't want too much overlapping where the edges meet. So I just need to cut off some excess there. And then once again, cut out some notches just to make sure that it will lay flat. And once this part is done, oh my gosh, it came together so fast. Like, this was the most longest to do. But really it did go very fast, as you can see. This video is sped up a bit, but it did go very quickly. And we're almost done here. And we'll be almost ready to turn it over and glue down any edges that didn't attach from gluing the front of it here. And it'll be done. I just love the cozy white of this chamois. It just looks so wintry. So here were this was my first choice, was to make like a candy dish. Not with this fur per se, but a candy dish. And then I decided to make a small wintry scene, which I really liked too. I thought that would be just adorable. But then I couldn't resist when I picked up these big pieces, because I'm all about using up my stash and I just need to start using it. So this was a wonderful way to get rid of some pieces, and I absolutely love how they all came together. They're just so, it's just so cozy. I just love it hanging on my door. It just reminds me of an old winter woodland farmhouse or something that you would see out in the middle of a forest. It's just beautiful. So I'm just laying the pieces to see how I wanted it all to go together, and just filling in any spots I felt like I wanted more of. And I was very happy with the layout. However, I just wanted to change a couple of things, so I just added some snow spray on these little twigs and branches that I got here. And for the bell, I wanted to give it a more rusty look, so I sandpapered the whole thing just to give it a more matte finish, and so the paint would adhere better. Now I do have this rust effect stuff from Michael's that I purchased, and even when I bought it, it was old. Everything in there is just so old. So even though I had the correct rust paints and everything, I was so upset that they had totally dried out, and I just wanted to finish this project. So I decided to kind of just throw together a couple of my own things. I used a burnt umber acrylic paint and a little bit of a gel maple stain. And I used some of this extra fine grit sand, and it was like fine. Oh my gosh, it was like powder. So I grabbed some stone granules, and it gave me more of the effect I wanted. But with the extra fine sand, it did help add to the texture. It really feels like it's rusty. And I'm just using the brush here, but honestly guys, I ended up going in with a sponge, and I found it a lot better. So if you want to start off with a sponge, or you're more comfortable with the brush, then go ahead and do that. But I really like the sponge, and you don't need much of one. And so it gave it a really nice texture too. And it adhered so good and so fast with the sanding that I did there. So it's definitely an excellent step, and it is picking up the sand that I put into this paint mixture. And I'm just making sure it's all coated. And then we'll get ready to glue all our pieces down. I absolutely love the finished project. It just came out so beautiful. I can't say enough good stuff about it. It's just a feel good. I just feel good every time I look at it. So we're just going ahead and just getting all the spots where it touches on the material of the candy cane wreath. And see how fast this comes together. It's just, even making my own rusty texture paste, it still did not take me long to put this together. And I love this little owl guy. I was so excited to use him. Just getting rid of all the glue strings. And when you do the snow, you definitely want to make sure it has time to dry. I love that bark too. It's so pretty. Definitely wintry. And pieces of my bell started to fall apart. It is just a Dollar Tree ornament, so handle with care. But if it does fall apart, and if you want to alter it, it's so easy to do because it's just all hot glue. And I'm just making sure everything is secure. And this bird, I decided to glue right to the branch. And I noticed his foot was backwards. And we're just getting it glued right on there. And then again, I'm just making sure all the pieces touch. And then we'll be done. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up to let me know you like this kind of content. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please feel free to do so. I'd love to have you here to add you to my YouTube family. And right here, I'm just touching up with a little bit more snow on this piece I missed. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great holiday and stay safe. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Bye for now.